Hi, it's Belinda sharing stories and testimony of my membership in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and a member of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square for 21 years. It was just a great joy, most wonderful service to me. One of the interesting and all-encompassing work of the choir is rehearsal. And as you know, with anything that needs to become perfect or the best it can be, it requires practice and rehearsal. And our rehearsals were really intense. They still are. We start at 7:25 or shoot, okay. We are asked to be in the tabernacle 5 minutes before the rehearsal begins, which is 6:55 p.m. every Thursday night. And we rehearse nonstop until 9:30. 2.5 hours, no breaks, and it is intense. It is just not one moment is wasted. And I have to applaud our conductors, Craig Jessup and Mac Wilberg. They are just such hard workers. And I love the way they conduct a rehearsal because they don't waste a moment. And you're never bored, that's for sure. But you've got to pay close attention and really stay focused. And that's how the rehearsals are. And because we just rehearse that Thursday nights and also Sunday mornings, there is not time to plink out your part on the piano or rehearse parts. You're expected to be able to sing a piece the first time you see it. And the second time you go through it, it should be ready for performance. And so that's the kind of training you need to have to be a part of the choir, is to be able to sight sing very well and to be able to quickly pick up the music and perform it. So as we begin our rehearsals, we open with prayer and with a spiritual thought, which I really appreciate and really sets the tone. And what a privilege to just even be in that beloved tabernacle with such great history. And when I think about all the souls who have sat in that beautiful space, especially when it used to be the place where General Conference was held and where the prophets and apostles would sit, and the choir was just so close in proximity to them, behind them. I just think about that and just feel so grateful and feel such a reverence for this special place of the tabernacle. There was a time when the tabernacle was getting renovated during President Gordon B. Hinckley's presidency, shoring up the building for better resistance to earthquakes and just doing some updates that way. And so the choir had to be in the conference center for 2 years without being in the tabernacle. And I'll never forget the day we returned to the tabernacle after those 2 years and started our rehearsal. And there was just a flood of relief and joy. And I felt it from the spirits as well, all the spirits that have sung there and have given their hearts in this beautiful place over the century. And it was so interesting because the choir member, we were overcome together as a group. We were overcome with that beautiful sense of relief to be back in that tabernacle again after those 2 years. And I remember Craig Jessup saying that he'd never seen the choir so emotional at that moment. And surely we were, because we were full of the joy to be in that place again, to praise our Heavenly Father. In my personal work to rehearse the music, of course, we have the actual music in front of us, but it was almost as if that was a crutch to me, and it kind of um, would rather not have to use it. So I would quickly get away from the music as soon as I could, and I would rehearse at home a lot. There's a lot of homework to do, but I would rehearse with my little recorder, and I had recorded all of the pieces as I was standing in my alto section, and so it was easy to hear, and of course I could hear my own voice as well. So it was easy to memorize my part that way, and the words as well. And there came a point when Mac Wilberg did decide that we needed to have everything memorized. And that was probably in about 2019 or something. We did hold folders for many years, and that always felt like just a hindrance to me too, because I wanted to just be free of anything and just express in song and with the heart, the music. And so the choir is now required to memorize just about everything they do, and that is a challenging job as well. We have really learned a lot of discipline over the past few decades in the choir, especially with Craig Jessup. Being a military man, he really demanded discipline, and I think he really gave that gift to the choir, that gift of discipline, no talking, greater focus. He would say how grateful he was when he would walk into this tabernacle, and he admonished us to be ready to leave everything behind, leave your day and your worries of the day behind, and come here to focus and give your all. And I truly think that has carried on, and Mac Wilberg has carried on with that wonderful discipline and such a careful rehearsal. In fact, I came up with a little saying for myself, and it is perfect practice makes perfect. And so I would do my best to really focus and be as perfect as possible in the practice.